This is Helen Wilkie with an online lesson in business writing. And in this lesson, I'll show you how to set out the 8 component parts of a standard business letter. And we're going to start with the return address. This is the address of the person or the company who's sending the letter, and it's usually in the middle at the top. In fact, it might be part of the company's the letterhead. So let's do it that way. So this would be the ABC Company, and they're located at 2310 Main Street, any town, any state, 41109, USA. Now, as I said, that should be in the center, and it usually will be if it's part of the letterhead. Now, the next part that we will put is the date of the letter. Now, that usually comes down about 2 or 3 lines down from the address, and now we're going back over to the left margin. You sometimes will see it over here, but usually now the standard is to have it at the left margin. So I'm going to type today's date, which is February the 10th, 2008. And then the next thing is the inside address, and we come down 2 lines from the date and we put in which is really the name and address of the person who's receiving the letter. So let's say this is Mr. John Smith, 23 Online Crescent, any other town, any other state, 44333 USA, and that's my inside address. The next part is the salutation, and that comes 2 more lines down. Now, the salutation is the dear line, and it's still standard to put. Nobody really knows why we start letters with dear, but usually it still is the standard, and usually the best way to put it is just Dear Mr. Smith. Could be dear, if it's a lady, of course, would be Dear Ms. Smith. That was generally accepted one. If we're writing to a company and we don't know the name of the person, then we put Dear Sirs, / Mesdames. Now, the punctuation after the salutation in North America is generally the colon, although in some other countries, particularly in Great Britain, you will see a comma. Both are acceptable. And now we're into the actual body of the letter. This is where the content of your letter actually goes. So I'm just going to type something very fast here. Thank you for your invitation to your company's anniversary dinner. New paragraph, 2 lines down. While I would very much like to accept, I'm afraid I will be traveling in South America at that time. I do, however, wish you and your company well, and I hope to celebrate your next anniversary in 10 years. Okay, so that's the body of the letter, and I've got it divided into 2 paragraphs because it's very short. After the body, we have what's called the complimentary close. Now we come down 2 lines, and here we're going to put yours sincerely, comma. Now, it can be yours sincerely, it can be sincerely, it can be yours truly, it can even be yours faithfully. Any of these work, and just use the one that your company generally uses. Might even be regards. And now we need a signature here. So what we do is we leave about 4 to 6 lines here for the person to handwrite their signature on the paper afterwards. About 6 lines for that. And then we have to type the name of the person who wrote the letter. So let's put this would be Robert Brown, President. Now, you don't always have to put their title, but some people prefer it that way. Now notice there's no Mr. here, you just put the person's name. So that is how the standard business letter looks when you type it. And you can see it's nice and crisply laid out, it's professional, and that's the way you want it. If you'd like to know more about business writing, please visit the link on your screen below. Till next time, this is Helen Wilkie.